Hey everybody, I had a couple guns out tonight that I was getting ready to clean, and I figured I'd make a video on this. Now I kind of want to add this video to my best squirrel hunting tips series because that's what my channel is about, mainly hunting and fishing and anything outdoors really. Occasionally I'll throw some weird video in there that doesn't really have to do with anything that I go by, but this one will be going pretty sure in the squirrel hunting tips because the reason why I wanted to do this video is to compare, the bolt action gun, which is on the top there, Marlin. It's the Marlin XT-22 long rifle, to the that's bolt action, to the Mossberg 702 Plankster semi-auto. Now, the reason why I want to compare these two rifles is because I believe that each has their own purpose, and that price difference and stuff like that, and accuracy and all that good stuff. So let's start out with the top rifle there. If you haven't followed my channel so far, I think go ahead and click that subscribe button and check out my videos on the XT-22. Probably one of the best 22s I've ever owned. Bolt action, won't ever fail you compared to a semi-auto. Now, the reason why I say that is because 22 ammo is the most finicky ammo ever made because it's rimfire. Now, that being said, it's the most dirtiest ammo also. You're going to have the most residue and the most black powder, or gunpowder and lead solvent left behind in your barrel compared to any other round, as long as it's not rimfire. If you switched over to a centerfire, it'd be a different story. But, on the bolt action here, you're going to get the most accuracy at any given distance, and you're going to have less rounds that are actually not going to go off because of being misfired or something like that, or not have a misfire. The bolt always, when it releases the sear or disconnector inside the mechanism, the spring releases the firing pin and lets the firing pin slam on the bullet. You're going to have a lot less misfires and stuff like that with a bolt action, because a bolt action is basically like a revolver. The same kind of deal that a revolver works. All you have to do is just cycle that bolt and it'll fire again. And the ammunition, even if the ammunition didn't have enough charge in it, you'll still be able to manually chamber another round because it's being bolt action. So I just want to talk about the bolt action here first, and then I'll come down to the Mossberg Plankster semi-automatic. But like I said, you're always going to have that advantage to cycle yourself compared to it being auto-fed. So if something happens, you get a hiccup, it's not going to be because of the feeding or anything like that. Now, let's move down to the semi-auto. Now, here is the, signature Mossberg 22 that's been out for a while that, just about everybody has just because it's the least expensive. Now, that doesn't mean it's a cheap gun by any means, or, it's one of those things that you have to avoid. It's actually a pretty cool gun. I like it. The sights are awesome. Iron sights are awesome. And they're a little bit better than your standard any other rifle that come with iron sights. They have like I believe I call them like the copy of a Ruger 1022 sights. And to me, that's what it looks like, because it has the hooded front sight and it has a really nice adjustable setup on the back sight here. You got a knob to adjust for windage and elevation and all that good stuff. So, but anyway, the whole reason why I'm comparing these two is the semi-automatic is not going to be your best bet. Now, each has their own opinion and what they can afford and stuff like that. Like I've squirrel hunted for years with the Model 60. Now, I love Model 60s, but like I said, 22 ammunition, each gun is going to be a different story. Each gun's going to be different because each gun's going to love or like a different ammunition better or more. And until you find that ammunition, the semi-automatic is going to be super finicky, whether it's going to feed, eject, load, fire. I've had so many rounds through my Model 60 that the best ones for that gun specifically, and this Marlin XT22, is the Remington Golden Bullet. Don't ask me why. I don't know if it's just because of the micro groove barrel or the way the Remington spaces, in the chamber, but for some reason, my Marlins love the Remington Bullet. And every time I get a chance, I buy the Remington Golden Bullets. Yeah, I have different 22s, brands of 22s, but it's just because right now you still can't find them like you used to be able to about five years ago. That's what I'm going to put time frame on. About 5 years ago, you could buy just about any 22 you wanted without having a restriction, any brand, any style. There wasn't just only CCIs on the shelf. It was everything. So, but anyway, that's why, back then you could be able to go out and buy just one box of 50 rounds of each ammo to figure out what your gun would like. That's just like this Mossberg Plinkster here. I still haven't found a bullet. Now, it does shoot the Remingtons well, I'll give it that. But it's still, when it's super cold out or when it gets dirty, it still, gets gunked up and it wants to act up a little bit. And that, to me, that's not... I mean, for a 22, it's fine, but if I was big game hunting or, dangerous game hunting like bear or something, there's no way I'd want my gun to jam up. Now, I'm not saying that, this is no Weatherby or anything like that, or a Browning A-bolt or something like that, but, for the price, though, you can't really beat it. You can't beat going out and buying a $100 gun and having a lot of fun with it, especially with the kids. If you got kids and you want to take them out to learn how to shoot, this would be the gun to do it. But once you want to move on up to the next, the best available rifle out there, especially for hunting, if that's what you're into, or plinking, you'd want to go with a bolt action. It doesn't matter what style. Even Mossberg has the 802 Plinkster, which is a bolt action, and it's just as good as any other bolt gun, till you get up to like the CZ class. And what I mean by that, you're going to be spending a lot of money on a bolt action gun. But then again, you're going to get that quality also. But, like I said, that this video is not to compare those two. It's to compare between a semi-automatic and a bolt action. And, like I said, each their own preference. I've shot both. I've shot just about every 22 out there. Every style, I should say, not every 22. And, I switch back and forth. I just don't stick with one. And that's just not because I'm like, I'm a diehard bolt fan or a diehard semi-automatic. It's just I've shot all of them, and I like all guns. It's not that I like one over the other, but when I do go hunting, squirrel hunting preferably, I do like to prefer my bolt action over my semi-autos. Now, since, like I said, when I was growing up as a kid, I used to use my Marlin Model 60, and I'll take it out every once in a while just to put some bullets through it because it sits. And that's the only bad thing. To me, that's like the worst thing that do to your guns is let them sit, because I use my guns as working guns. I just don't let them sit unless I bought them for that reason, as like a heirloom or something, or, bought them from a family member that they're from the 1930s or something. Like, probably I'd say 7 or 8 years ago, I bought a Savage 12 gauge shotgun, Model 12 or something like that, real super old shotgun, and my great uncle sold it to us, to the family, to my close family, but it's in my gun safe for like $75. So I don't ever take that one out. I took it out one time just to see if it would shoot still, and that was about it. That's all I do. I just leave that one sit in the safe. But yeah, I mean, for me, the whole purpose of buying a gun is to use it, and I try not to let my guns sit as much as possible and get them out and throw some rounds down range, because to me, that's a waste of money to buy something and then you don't ever shoot it. And don't get me wrong, I have a lot of guns, but I try to, like I said, I try to get them out as much as possible to shoot them and get rounds through them. And, whether I got them for self-defense or hunting or plinking, whatever. But, yeah, so, but I wanted to give this video to you guys to, kind of break the ice a little bit. I get a lot of questions about the Marlin Model 60 still, even though I've posted videos on it a couple years ago on the accuracy and stuff like that. And, I like keeping stuff flowing, and I like keeping new videos popping out, and I get a lot of requests to do more videos for the XT22, and I try to do as much as possible. And when I get the actual time to get out to either a gun range or out in the country where I usually go shoot at, it's chances there it's barely the chances are barely there the time I get to do it, and work and life come in the way. But when I do get the chance to do stuff like that, I try to do it. Do requests, because I'm to the point now where I've done just about everything that was on my list to do for my channel, and my main goal for my channel was to hit 1 million views, and we're almost there. But anyway, I just hope you guys like this video, and I appreciate everybody liking my videos. And if you want to, you can hit that subscribe button like I mentioned, and you can see my more upcoming videos. And I hope this helps you guys pick a rifle out if you're new to the gun world. If you're wanting to determine whether a bolt action or semi-auto is going to be more fun, it's totally up to you. Like I said, semi-auto is fun. I mean, you can just keep clicking that trigger till the bullets run out. But to me, a bolt action means more, and you're going to learn how to shoot better and conserve ammo and be a little more accurate. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and hope you like it, and I appreciate your guys' views, and hopefully see you on the next video. As always, thanks for watching.